Good morning to all my dear children. I hope you all are doing well. In our last session, we read about the northern plains and also about the Satluj River Basin. Today, we will read about the Ganga River Basin and the Brahmaputra River Basin. So, let us first read about the Ganga River Basin. The image that you see here on the screen shows the location of three river basins, and the part where number 2 is written is the Ganga River Basin, and here Ganga and its tributaries flow in this region. Similarly, the easternmost part where number 3 is written, that is the Brahmaputra River Basin, where Brahmaputra River flows, and thus this part is known as the Brahmaputra River Basin. Now let us continue reading our chapter. The Ganga River Basin. The states of Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, and West Bengal lie in this region. Ganga begins from Gangotri Glacier in the Himalayas and flows through these areas. River Yamuna, which rises from the Yamunotri Glacier in the Himalayas, also flows through this region. It joins Ganga at Allahabad, and this confluence is called Sangam. Rivers Alaknanda, Bhagirathi, and Mandakini join the Ganga on its course. So, children, the states of Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, and West Bengal lie in the Ganga River Basin. So, these all states are lying in the Ganga River Basin, and the river Ganga is originating. The Ganga River begins from Gangotri Glacier in the Himalayas. Now, what is a glacier? A glacier is a mountain of ice. So, Ganga begins from this mountain of ice, which is known as Gangotri Glacier. Similarly, Yamuna originates from Yamunotri Glacier in the Himalayas, and both these rivers, River Ganga and Yamuna, are flowing in this region. And at Allahabad, which is now known as Prayagraj, so at Allahabad, what is happening? Both the river Ganga and Yamuna, they are meeting, they are joining together. So children, at the point where Ganga and Yamuna are meeting, that confluence means meeting point, so that meeting point is only known as Sangam. So the confluence or the meeting point where Ganga and Yamuna meets is known as Sangam. And Alaknanda, Bhagirathi, and Mandakini, these are also the names of rivers. So these rivers also join the river Ganga on its course. On its course means as the river Ganga moves further, these rivers are also joined by the river Ganga. So I hope till here it's clear. Now we will move on to the next paragraph. When the Ganga reaches West Bengal, it splits into two streams or branches. One branch enters West Bengal and is called Hooghly, and the other branch enters Bangladesh and it is called Padma. So, children, when the now the lower part of the river Ganga basin is lying in the West Bengal. Lower part of Ganga river basin is lying in the West Bengal, and here the river splits. Splits means it gets divided into two branches. So one branch is entering West Bengal, and here this branch is known by the name Hooghly. So Hooghly river is flowing through West Bengal, and the second branch of the river enters our neighboring country, which is Bangladesh, and there the river is known as Padma River. So there was one river, River Ganga, which divided into two branches. One is entering Kolkata, and here it got its name as Hooghly, and the second branch it enters Bangladesh and it is known as River Padma. As the river Ganga flows towards the Bay of Bengal, its speed slows down considerably. It gets divided into a number of small streams called distributaries. The silt deposited by the river forms a triangular shape at the mouth of the river where it meets the sea. This triangular formation is called delta. So, children, when the river Ganga it moves towards the Bay of Bengal, it flows very slowly, or the speed of the river it slows down, and the river gets divided into very small streams of water which is known as distributaries. So, when a river gets divided into smaller streams of water, that is known as distributaries. So, what is happening? Um, The silt deposited by the river forms a triangular shape at the mouth of the river where it meets the sea. This triangular formation is called delta. Now these rivers they carry a lot of silt with them. We have already studied about silt in our previous video. So these rivers carry a lot of silt with them, and this silt deposition or this depositing of silt makes or creates a triangle like shape. Triangular means a triangle like shape near the mouth of the river. As you can see, just beside this paragraph an image is shown where you can see it is a triangle like shape. So this silt deposition results in this triangular like formation of this triangular like shape, and this triangle shape is known as delta. Now this is the largest delta in the world and is called the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta. The place where the Ganga enters the Bay of Bengal is called the mouth of Ganga. So this triangle like shape is known as delta, and now this delta is the world's largest delta and is called the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta, or it is also known as Sundarbans Delta. This Sundarbans is not mentioned in your book, but it is also known as Sundarbans Delta, and it is the world's largest delta. Now, what is mouth of the Ganga? The place where the Ganga river enters the Bay of Bengal, that is known as mouth of Ganga. So, as you can see in the image also, where the river is entering Bay of Bengal, that just that point is known as the mouth of Ganga. Now, wheat is the main crop grown here, along with rice, oilseeds, cotton, gram, and sugarcane. The climate in these areas is very hot in summers and very cold in winters. This region does not receive very heavy rainfall, therefore, farmers use wells, tube wells, and canals for irrigation. So, the major crops that are grown in this region are wheat, and along with wheat, other crops like rice, oilseeds, cotton, gram, and sugarcane are also grown here. Now, talking about the climate, it is very hot in summers and very cold in winters. And this place does not receive heavy rainfall also, and that is why the farmers have to use wells, tube wells, and canals. These are the various means adopted by the farmers for irrigating their crops. So this was all about the Ganga river basin. Now we will read about the Brahmaputra river basin. Brahmaputra river basin originates in Tibet where it is known as Sangpo. It enters India through the eastern part of the Himalayas, flows through Assam and enters Bangladesh. Jute and rice are the main crops grown here. So the eastern part of the northern plains has been formed by the Brahmaputra rivers, and this part is known as the Brahmaputra river basin. Now, Brahmaputra river originates in Tibet. Where is Tibet? In China. So, this river originates in Tibet, and there it is known as Sangpo. T is silent, children, so it is Sangpo. And when it enters the eastern part of Himalayas, when it enters through eastern part of Himalayas, it is known as Brahmaputra river. So when it enters our country, it is known as Brahmaputra. When it is flowing in Tibet, in China, then it is known as Sangpo. And after it enters our country through the eastern part of Himalayas, it flows through Assam and then it enters Bangladesh. And what are the main crops grown here? There are only two main crops, which are jute and rice. Now children, here I would like you to look at this picture and we will read about tributaries and distributaries. So children, as you can see, when the rivers are coming down from the mountain, you can see there are many lines. So those lines which are there, that are tributaries. So what are tributaries? Tributary are the smaller rivers that joins one main river. As you can see, there is one main river that is continuing throughout the end, and there are many other smaller rivers which are joining that main river. Now this main river here, over here, is joined by many smaller rivers, that is known as tributary. So tributary is when many smaller rivers when many smaller streams of water is joined by a main river, those are known as tributaries. And then what are distributaries? When one main river gets divided into many smaller river channels, those are known as distributaries. And here delta is also shown, that before entering into a main ocean or a main sea, it is forming a triangle like shape, that is only known as delta. So this was all I have for you today, children. Now in the next class we will be reading about the life and culture of the people of the northern plains. So you will read the portion which is taught today, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you, children.